I think organizations like PATA need to create dialogue across different governments and really start to make people aware of the dangers of this overgrowth.
Slow it down, slow it down.
Exactly, we're warming up a little bit. My name's Peter Semone, and I'm the chairman of the Pacific Asia Travel Association. PATA is really involved in helping destinations to develop, helping destinations to market, and really looking at both the supply and the demand of tourism and how to really develop Asia and the Pacific region. I think that tourism can be sustainable if we rethink how we measure tourism success. And one of the issues that I think is a challenge for all of us is that we look at tourism numbers. How many people are coming to our destination instead of looking at the actual impact that those visitors are having on our local economy. So yes, tourism can be sustainable, but we need to be much more diligent going forward. We're at risk of over-tourism. There's places where tourists are not really welcome anymore. People don't want them anymore. So there's a real delicate balance. I think in many cases we've been, we've overused the word sustainability for the last 30 years. And one of the things that we're doing is that we're now moving towards more of what we call meaningful tourism. And meaningful tourism is really looking not only at the environmental element of it, but also the socio-cultural element of tourism, and making sure that economies are benefiting, that local people are benefiting, that small and micro enterprises are benefiting from it. We always talk about how much money we make from tourism, but we don't really talk about what it costs to actually sustain tourism. And this is what I mean from an economic perspective. If you think about many destinations, there's a lot of additional costs, or what I call invisible burdens of having tourism. You need more security. You need maybe more power and more water and more facility to manage solid waste and all sorts of waste that comes as a result of tourism. So we can't only think about it in terms of the economic, but we have to think of it in terms of what's the other cost. And in some cases, I think destinations, they are calculating, it's almost like they calculate the revenue without actually subtracting all the costs of goods of what it costs to sell the product. So what really is the net profit of tourism? And I think that's a challenge for a lot of destinations. Tourism was all about marketing before, but now there has to be a better balance of how do we manage the destination. So it's kind of a marketing versus management, and I think we need to look more at the management. And we don't have to be afraid to charge more for our product to be able to cover the costs of being sustainable. Everybody's starting to recognize that this is a serious issue. It's an existential threat. If we don't do something about it, in 10 years, we basically can all go look for other jobs. And I do think that, you know, the tourism industry, but the one thing that's great about it is it's packed with very innovative people. So I do think that we'll come up with the right solutions. Just takes time.